And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for Jimmy Butler.
And he's been on the upswing offensively these past few months. And you know how much they love getting all those extra points out of him. He's been carrying a much bigger load lately, and I think he'll just continue to get better.
And now the Golden State Warriors start in the backcourt. We'll see Curry and Podziemski. Jimmy Butler is out there with Moody, and it's Green in at center. And for Denver, in at the guard spots, it's Murray and Brown. Michael Porter's out there with Peyton Watson. And again, another assist.
And he's nearing this franchise's single-season record for assists. He has been piling them up all year long.
He and his teammates have such chemistry at this point. There's that unspoken connection and understanding of how they want to play. Well, Clark, we know Nikola Jokic has many interests outside of basketball, like training his horses.
I love that about him. When basketball season is over, he knows exactly what he wants to do and needs to do to take care of his body, but he's not going to be a slave to basketball year-round. He's got other interests, and he's going to indulge and engage in those. He's got other passions, which I love seeing, and horses apparently one of his other passions for sure.
Greg, since reaching 5 consecutive NBA Finals, the Warriors have missed the playoffs 3 of the past 5 years.
And to be fair, they did go 46 and 36 last season. They were 10 games over 500 last year. So they weren't a bad team, but Golden State doesn't just expect to be in the play-in. They want to be a contender.
And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That is his first foul of the game. And so here's Denver. There's a screen by Murray. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And the foul on Jamal Murray. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Denver on D, 9-point game. Curry looking it over. It's good, he scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
Great work inside by Curry there. So clever and composed in the paint.
And the dunk to finish it off. Ah, beauty.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
6 to shoot. Podziemski, a three-pointer, no good.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 fall.
Jokic kicks to Watson. Murray outside. Now Watson. 9 points last game out. Takes the 3. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Here on opening day, and what a great day it is. Greg, what are these players feeling as they tip off this new season?
It is always exciting to start a new season. Players are just filled with hope and optimism, especially after putting in all that offseason work.
No one near Curry as he lets it go. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Pass to Watson. There's the pick. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. Third team foul.
Murray finds Watson. Another 3 for Denver.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Can they get it? And the wide-open shot from Green. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The Nuggets leading by 15. Here's Murray, and there's the drive. The teardrop falls in. Murray's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Butler sets a screen for Curry. Shoots from 12. Second chance shot. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Jokic has got 6 rebounds here tonight. 29 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Butler against Murray. 6 on the shot clock. Watson for 3. Jimmy Butler with the rebound. Outside Curry. Jokic grabs the miss. Jokic has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And he's got his first chance at the line here. Watson for 3. It's not going to go for him. And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. The Nuggets. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Nuggets.
Tons of points off penetration so far, guys. They're driving at will on the defense, just taking whatever they want.
Cultivating a lot of assists right now, which is beautiful to see. Love the way they're working that ball around.
And Golden State looking at who they've got. In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Draymond Green is out there with Jimmy Butler. And it's Moody in at the 3. And here we go. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Outside Curry. Another 3 for Golden State.
That's Curry's game. I mean, you can't give him a sliver of daylight out there.
And many around the league believe Curry doesn't get enough fouls called in his favor. GA, what do you think?
There could be some truth to that. He gets held and grabbed more than anyone when running off screens, but especially blatant on drives to the rim.
Curry against Murray. Right side Green, 4 on the shot clock. Curry outside. Murray with the defensive effort.
Yeah, you know, guys, this has been far from his best game. A disappointing outing for both him and the team.
Watson, the pass to Murray. It's Curry outside. Again, Curry missing.
Even with every shot clanging off the rim, he seems determined to keep hoisting up these threes. It might be time to get inside of that arc.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Here's Moody. It's hauled in by Michael Porter.
You know, sometimes making it difficult for him to finish at the rim is all you can ask for from the defense.
Murray kicks to Porter. Fires the 3. A nice shot by Brown. Brown's got 5 points so far.
Growing into more of a passer, MPJ getting that assist.
And it's Podziemski in the corner. Here's Curry with the 3. It's rebounded by Jamal Murray.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Alden.
Kevin, a couple of seasons ago, Steph Curry first brought out the night-night when he put a team away. Asked about his inspiration, he said, I have no idea. I don't choreograph any of that stuff. I was just having fun. You know how kids' bedtime routines are important? It's the final signal for a job well done that day. Kevin?
Well said. He is a 1 of 1, PA. There's a screen by Murray. Going inside. A nice shot by Bryant.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
And the foul on Jamal Murray. That's foul number 2 for him. And so it's Golden State with it, trailing by 19. Well, their pass to Green. Butler sets a screen for Curry. Watson knocks it loose.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
And though the Nuggets have some excellent outside shooters, Clark, they've been more prolific inside the arc the last couple years.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, they were an extreme example of that, Kevin. First in the league in two-point attempts, and then dead last, almost dead last, in three-point attempts. Not what most people would think when looking at the Nuggets.
Murray down low, guarded by Curry. And a wide-open look for Porter. Good, and the assist goes to Jokic. Porter's got 8 points.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Jokic with the steal. Back to Watson. Here's the screen. Porter in the corner. That three off the mark. Curry finds Butler. Good on the three-point shot. Butler's got his second bucket.
Excellent feed from Steph Curry.
Murray with it. From deep three-point land. That shot misses. And so it's the Denver Nuggets sitting on a 21-point lead to end the quarter. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The Hawks playing at State Farm Arena as they go up against the Heat. Start time 7 o'clock Eastern.
Two elite.
Switching back to that first half of action, everything's been working for the Nuggets.
I'm guessing my buddy over here.
That'll do it for our show.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Warriors trail by 21. We've got Jordan. Dario Saric is out there with Gordon. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's Strawther in at the 2. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Drawing fouls, Clark getting to the line, all part of the game, but do you think players try and draw fouls too often now?
I do in some cases, but I think it's more on an individual basis. I mean, players have to do what they need to do to try to score the ball. But I don't think anybody likes, one, guys flopping the draw fouls, and then two, whining when fouls aren't called.
And yes, it's good.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Westbrook feeling it out a bit. Out to Saric. Releases. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Saric has got 5 points in the quarter. Payton passes to Spencer. Here's Post. Kuminga, screen on Jordan. And Kuminga throws it down.
Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision excellent.
Westbrook. Good. That's Jordan picking up the assist.
So far, so good to begin this half. They're 3 for 3. Perfect.
Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Back to Payton. Healed outside. Driving in, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Well, I like this execution coming out of the half. Solid. 3 for 4 from the field so far.
And talking about Buddy Hield, he is someone you can definitely count on. He can score from any place.
Yeah, he's got great range, and his durability is just as impressive as his stroke. You know, most seasons, Buddy Hield plays in 80 or more games, and that is very much a rarity these days. And he's also a 40% career shooter from 3. So he can space the floor, and you know he's going to be on the floor whenever it's game time.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Gordon goes in, and it's Gordon with the finish.
You know, it's clear that Gordon is one of the best dunkers in the game, always looking to bring the thunder.
Here's Post. Kuminga against Saric. Some nice passing by Golden State. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. For Denver, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. For Denver, they've gotten every shot that dropped since halftime. They're 5 for 5 from the floor. Shoots. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
It's stolen by Saric.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Gordon with a screen on Kuminga. Lob pass to Gordon. Saric against Kuminga. And Kuminga throws it down.
Assistant.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stop.
Turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
To the paint, here's Post. Great D that time from Jordan. Denver's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. And it's Gordon with the finish.
Hey, listen, Gordon once jumped over a mascot while putting the ball under his legs in a dunk contest. I mean, he's one of the most ridiculous athletes and dunkers we have in the game.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this week. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Jordan dishes to Saric. Jordan sets the screen for Saric. They get it again. Jordan kicks to Westbrook. The tray. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
It's a scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Here's Saric.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him, but luckily his teammates have picked up the slack. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
They kick out to Hield. Kuminga the pass to Hield. And now the Nuggets. Fast break. And Westbrook throws it down hard.
That's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside.
Tell you what, you'd hate to be the guy having the responsibility of guarding him.
And so it's Denver leading. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. On the court for Golden State here in the fourth. In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Jimmy Butler is out there with Draymond Green, and it's Moody in at the 3 spot. Now here's Curry. Shot clock at 5. His 3-pointer's off the mark. Watson, that's for 2. Keeps it alive. Jokic on the follow.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books.
Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
Podziemski's shot is good. Podziemski's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And there's the call on Curry. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Regarding court layout, Clark, do you think there should be more space around the court to reduce collisions?
Yeah, part of me would say that makes a lot of sense and would be true. I mean, you've got to balance that with access to fans who want to be for those premium seats as close to the action as possible. But it is difficult when you see a fan collide with the players. So I think you balance it. I would like to see a little more room, give the fans the experience and access, but maybe create a little more cushion between the playing surface and those high-priced seats.
Back to Murray. Pass to Watson. Lets the 3 fly. And it's Murray with the jam.
Hey, Murray's reputation and profile is that of a scorer. I mean, that's what he is, but he's also showing you that he's not afraid to get his hands dirty either.
Podziemski with it. Back to Curry. There's the 3. It's hauled in by Watson.
Oof, rough game offensively. He's really struggled and really probably why they're trailing.
And that one's good by Porter.
You know, I think this is a shot Porter Jr. has to continue to knock down because, after all, he's out there to stretch the floor, so he's got to cash in from there.
Moody finds Curry to end the run. It's hauled in by Watson.
A bit of pride at stake, trying to get that last 3 ball back, but couldn't get it to fall. Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
2 minutes remaining.
Here's Curry in the corner. Moody with it. Misses the 3.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
Pass to Podziemski. And here is Curry. Great touch on the 16-footer.
Just shows you how impressive Curry's shooting ability is, that he can adjust for any distance.
Now Jokic. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And things seem to be getting tougher for the big spending teams, Clark, but we're seeing a lot of them go all in before the toughest penalties take effect.
Yeah, you know, the frozen pick provision kicks in next season, and the season after that, luxury taxes ramp way up. Powerhouse teams trying to make hay while the sun shines is a pretty good strategic business move, but the landscape is certainly changing.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. You can safely say mission accomplished now for Denver.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And on the season, this is going to be their 3rd win in 4 games against this team.
And you could see how badly they wanted this win. For 2 very familiar opponents, a win in the season series really carries an awful lot of extra weight.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Jokic.
Oh, I liked how he mixed it up on the glass. Wasn't afraid to get in there and do the dirty work. Showed some real grit and toughness tonight.
3.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Now they're playing with urgency.
Oh, he hit it!
How did that go in? On that jumper.
Here's Curry. The half-court bomb falls off target. Knocked loose. So it's the Nuggets winning this one easily. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating. Much appreciated, David. And that'll do it, folks.
And here's the look now at the last few months of assist numbers for Chris Paul.
One aspect of his game that suffered the past few months, passing the basketball. He hasn't shown that same creativity that we've seen from him earlier in the year, and his assists are down.
And a look at the starters for the Spurs. At forward, we'll see Vassell slot in next to Barnes. Castle is out there with De'Aaron Fox, and it's Wembanyama in at the 5. And for the Nuggets, pairing up in the backcourt, Murray and Brown. Michael Porter out there with Peyton Watson, and it's Jokic in at the center position. It's a three-pointer. Well, Grant, everyone has the same goal right now, and that's to have a strong start to the season.
No question, B.A. And that could be tough to achieve for teams that might have a new coach. Or if you had a lot of roster changes, teams with continuity tend to have the advantage to start the season.
Murray. And the layup is good off the glass. Murray's got 5 now.
Yeah, nice play by Murray. A big guard who is unafraid to mix it up inside.
Here's Castle, defended by Murray. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
He's just an aggressive finisher there inside.
Hey, when you got bounce like that, you feel like you can take on anybody. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
That's his first.
It's on Devin Vassell.
I just love the moxie Murray has to his game. He's so fast and supremely confident.
Okay, RJ, we all know how luck comes into play in the NBA. The Spurs have had great lottery luck.
Yeah, winning the first pick 3 times, drafting David Robinson, Tim Duncan, and Victor Wembanyama. I don't know, but I would be really upset if I was all of those other teams to miss out on those big guys.
And here's Denver. Down low. Jokic passes to Murray. Right side, Porter. It's stolen. Barnes with it. He's against Watson. Pass to Fox. Picked it out of midair. Murray against Fox. Murray passes to Jokic. Jokic, the screen. The 3 is up. The shot by Brown, no good.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
Back to Barnes. Tipped. Here's Wembanyama. Out of bounds. It'll be Nuggets ball. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, I spoke with the head coach for the Nuggets, and they have to deal with one of the quickest guys in the league in De'Aaron Fox. The coach told me it's almost impossible to stay in front of De'Aaron, so we'll try to give whoever is guarding him help, especially if Fox gets rolling. We'll see how that plan works.
And Allie, thanks.
The confidence on full display. Murray recognizes ahead of time when to shoot off the catch.
Pass to Castle. Outside Wembanyama. Now Fox, defended by Murray. 5 on the clock. Here's Wembanyama. Spurs need to get one up here. Well, there's the shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And let's use this time to have a look at last year's steals leaders. De'Aaron Fox on top.
And we saw how effective he was on defense last season, taking pride in mucking things up and being an absolute pest, grabbing all those steals.
2 minutes.
Pass to Brown. Stolen by Vassell. Back come the Spurs in transition. Rebound by the Nuggets.
Great opportunity. Just couldn't complete the play.
And you have to feel for him. That's the kind of miss that will stick with you for a little bit. This quarter has been all his. I suggest they keep the ball in his hands.
Wembanyama screen to stop the run. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
Okay, HB, I see you still pack a punch. That's an impressive finish.
Porter looks it over. Outside Watson. Pass to Brown. Puts up a 3. It's hauled in by Wembanyama.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Fox outside. 3-pointer. Brown grabs the board. The Nuggets lead by 5. Here's Jokic. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. And Jokic throws it down.
And dunking it with authority inside. This is why Jokic guys look to feed him down there.
Pass to Castle. Outside Barnes. From downtown. And can't get it to go. Now 1 of 2. Denver's gone 2 for 4 from range to start things off. Watson passes to Murray. Jokic the screen. 16 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And another dime for him.
And he's nearing this franchise's single-season record for assists. Piling them up all year long.
And he and his teammates have such chemistry at this point. There's that unspoken connection and understanding of how they want to play.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, B.A.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team.
You know you're doing something right when you find yourself up double digits in the first period.
They were ready to roll right through the tip. There was no warm-up period. It was only, let's do this.
Jamal Murray, he's been the... And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Denver.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
Another thing they're doing well early on is moving the ball, playing selfless basketball, and getting everybody involved on the offensive end.
Brown and Porter Jr. are the 2 and the 3. Hayden Watson is out there with Nikola Jokic. And it's Murray in at the 1. That's the group for Denver getting going in the second. You know, Grant, you talk to scouts about Stephon Castle. They just feel like this guy's a winner.
Well, certainly we saw that at Connecticut. Now, as a freshman, he was a key piece in their title run. He actually turned up his game in the tournament, and that's rare for any freshman. And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Brian, there's a lot of room for growth for the Spurs, even with their rising star, Victor Wembanyama, who said, I know it's not going to be easy. It's going to take some time before we contend for a title. I'm ready for anything and ready to sacrifice. I'm patient, but I'm not wasting time. Brian, plenty of motivation.
Chasing greatness is what they're doing, Allie. Murray against Vassell. Wembanyama, screen on Murray. Clock at 4. The 3 ball. That's good from Wembanyama on the assist from Vassell.
Scouts love this from Wembanyama, a big who can hit smooth three-point shots.
The drive by Murray. Here's Brown. He's covered by Fox. Launches a 3. Victor Wembanyama grabs the board. Spurs trail by 10. Fox finds Wembanyama. Here's Castle. Wembanyama down low. He's against Watson. Oh, too easy for Wemby. Nice finish.
Yeah, this is what everyone wants to see Wembanyama doing. Dominating on the inside.
Murray passes to Brown. Outside Watson. The 3. He buries it from 3. Watson's got himself on the board with a 3 there.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Wembanyama against Jokic. 4-3. Watson with a rebound. Denver leading by 11. And De'Aaron Fox picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. Aging in the league can be a difficult process, Richard, but that's something you did very well.
Wow, a compliment. Thank you, B.A. Look, I knew I had to adapt or I would have been out of the league sooner than I wanted to. You have to be able to adapt or die. That's what this league is about.
Here's Vassell. Takes it inside. Yes! And it's Wembanyama picking up the assist. Vassell's got his second bucket of the night.
And this team encourages Vassell to take initiative. Outstanding drive.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Devin Vassell. That'll be a second foul of the game. Now for those joining us now, we're in the second quarter, about 3 minutes gone by.
He couldn't bring the pump fake back in quickly enough, and the defender takes advantage.
And there's the foul. It's on Michael Porter.
Michael Porter Jr.
That's his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Right wing. Now here's Fox. Fox with speed. And Fox powers it home.
Explosive move by Fox, and if you're the defense, you've got to come to expect that.
Outside Watson. Fires the three. Rebounded by Castle.
That is not a guy you want to allow open looks from range. Lucky for the defense, he just couldn't get it to go.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, when you hustle on the break like he does, good things tend to happen.
Pass to Watson. And that'll be Denver's ball as it goes out of bounds. Nuggets able to keep possession here. Spurs on D. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter. Stolen by Vassell. Kicks it out to Barnes. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Vassell.
That pass wandered off target. Can't lose focus on the little bitty things.
Murray looking around. Driving inside. And it's Murray finishing it off.
We've seen this before from Murray. In big games, too, a dynamic score.
Fox, the pass to Wembanyama. Got a piece of it. Here's Brown. He's covered by Fox. And De'Aaron Fox picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second personal foul. Third team foul.
Outside Watson puts up a deep three from beyond the arc and then some. And it's a 10-point Nugget lead.
That scoreless first quarter, that might have woke him up, and he's turned it on here in the second.
Fox finds Barnes. Yes! And a nice assist from Fox. Fox has got 3 assists in the game. Murray inside. He's guarded by Vassell. Left side Watson. Pass to Brown. And here's Porter. 6 to shoot. The 3 is up. Rebounded by Castle. Here's Fox. Always attacking Fox.
Such a graceful move, showing off the floater game.
Here's Brown. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And so it's the Denver Nuggets with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. Getting lots of great looks, shooting it well. That's why they're up. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere.
Well, right now for the Spurs, you really get to see what they're made of. After your hard work in the offseason. Yeah, you have big...
Guys, let's go back now and discuss that first half and the stellar play of Jamal Murray.
I just love how...
Thanks, as always.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. Really an incredible game from Jamal Murray.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
So on the floor for San Antonio, they've got Johnson. He's out there with Jeremy Sohan. And it's Bassi in at the 5, down low. Here's a 3 from Paul. Gets the 3 to fall. Paul's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Just simply automatic. Once that ball is in Paul's hands, he is ready to fire off a shot.
Here's Westbrook. Rebounded by Johnson. Spurs trail by 3. You know, after playing as a starter most of his career, Keldon Johnson showed he can act as a 6th man if needed, Richard.
Not every player can make that switch mentally. Johnson brings the same energy as a starter as he does to the second unit. It's a great attitude on that young man.
Westbrook against Paul. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
San Antonio shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. And it's tied up with that one.
The thing I love about Chris Paul is that he is so focused on making his teammates better. Every team would love to have a floor general like that.
Champagne. That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
And with a little over a minute gone by, the second half is underway.
Trying to show off for the fans and give them their money's worth, just couldn't finish.
Pass to Johnson. Back to Paul. And Russell Westbrook gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
They're having a hard time with fouls. It's still early, but one more and they'll be over the limit.
Sohan outside. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Denver's gone 6 of 14 from the perimeter tonight. Jordan misses.
Off to a bit of a slow start in the second half. 0 for 3 so far.
Johnson a screen on Westbrook. Paul against Westbrook. Paul passes to Sohan. Back to Paul. Shot clock at 5. Here's the floater. No good on the shot. And it's Westbrook with the ball for the Nuggets. Still looking for their first bucket of the second half. Now Jordan, still without a bucket. Back to Westbrook. Jordan inside. He's guarded by Paul. And here's Gordon from the arc. Here's Jordan. Ooh, Paul with the block. And he recovers it. Jordan, the pass to Saric. Gordon with a screen on Johnson. Here's Saric. And Saric throws it down.
And one move ahead of the defense. A solid pick.
And then the monster dunk to complete the play. Well done.
Well, great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
Denver in the lead. Westbrook outside. Pass to Saric.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Gordon on the wing. Here's Strawther. The Nuggets need to get one up. Here's Jordan. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
Right side Johnson. And with this pause, a check on the stats to show you which teams led the league in assists last year. San Antonio in second, Denver third.
During last season, both of these teams were just unselfish, piling up the assist.
Look, he's a versatile weapon. Johnson is someone that wants to keep improving and shouldering more responsibilities on both ends of the floor.
Saric finds Jordan. And we've got 1:18 left to play in the third quarter of basketball. That one falls.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. You know, that's why they continue to get attacked.
Spurs trail by 5. Outside Paul. Pass to Bassi. They set the pick. Sohan, the pass to Johnson. Fires it. Offensive rebound. Oh, it's stolen by Jordan. Gordon on the wing. Jordan the screen. Gordon attacking. And Gordon with the big finish.
You can really feel the momentum swinging in their direction.
Yeah, but they can't relax. They've got to keep building on this lead because it is not safe.
There's the screen by Johnson. Here's Paul. And it's Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got a rebound number 5 here tonight. For 3, Westbrook. Rebound by San Antonio. Sohan outside. Pass to Champagny. There's the screen by Johnson. This one for three. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. And so it's Denver closing out the quarter with a... And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
There wasn't a better pass in the game, almost like he had a sixth sense.
Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. They've got Russell Westbrook. Dario Saric is out there with Aaron Gordon. Then there's DeAndre Jordan, and it's Strother in a shooting guard. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Here's Castle. The basket's good off the assist from Fox.
Well, Castle got out of transition and ends up getting trusted with finishing the fast break, which he does.
Gordon outside. There's the drive, and Gordon with the big finish.
Whoa, Aaron Gordon looking like he's in a slam dunk contest right there.
And Fox, the touch.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game, and that one was easy.
Yeah, it's clear why they go to him in these moments. They know he's going to deliver for them.
And this kind of six slam is just one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now, B.A.
You know, there's an edge the way they played and a confidence they're not afraid to show. And it's Fox penetrating. And Fox powers it home.
Yeah, Fox can be so slippery on the drive, making those little adjustments to get by the defense.
Westbrook against Fox. And the basket by Westbrook. And the Nuggets lead by 7.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into it. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
And it's a completely new group here for the Nuggets. Three-pointer, Fox. Nikola Jokic grabs the miss. Denver leading by 7. Here's Watson. San Antonio with a rebound. Wembanyama's got 5 rebounds tonight.
It hasn't been his best game, but his team is still doing just enough to be up.
Nikola Jokic grabs the miss. It's stolen by Barnes. Now the Spurs moving it up the floor. Off target at the rim. And it's Murray with the ball for the Denver Nuggets. Pass to Jokic. Murray with it. He's picked up by Barnes. Vassell against Jokic. 6 on the shot clock. Victor Wembanyama grabs the board. Wembanyama's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Fox. Oh, Fox gets up and throws it down.
That is a huge shot by the lefty, and Fox is proving that he can be the go-to guy when his team needs a bucket.
Pass to Brown. Shoots. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
That maybe not the highest percentage of looks right there, but look, you can't argue with results.
It's Fox with a drive. Watson with a rebound. Grant would be a bad idea here to slow it down.
Yeah, the coach is definitely looking for patience and execution.
Brown. Rebound San Antonio. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth.
No clue how he misfired on that shot. You don't see that from him very often.
And here's Murray. Out left to the wing. Jokic passes to Watson. Misses the 3. Spurs trail by 7. Fox deciding where to go with it. Pass to Castle. Jacks up a 3. That shot is off. Denver has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. Brown shot is good. And the Nuggets lead by 10.
Nothing left to do but to watch the clock tick towards 0. Nice victory here for the Nuggets.
They had to fight for this one. With the game hanging in the balance a couple of times, they've made winning plays, Grant.
It's
It's all about having a strong mentality. What's interesting is that anytime momentum turned against them, instead of folding, they responded with their own attack.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year.
And so with this win, they'll end this season series dead even at 2 wins apiece.
And what a huge performance it was for Jamal Murray.
And he's been a well-oiled machine on offense, keeping things simple on this end, getting the looks that he wanted, knocking them down.
Can't drop the tough three-pointer.
And just not enough time for them to get back in this game.
Yeah, they got to be disappointed with this result.
Fox with the ball. So no problem for Denver as they get the win. Even early on in this game, they appeared happy to be playing. All right, Allie, thank you. And that about wraps it up. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson.
And as a coach, Dan, what's... something you try to establish at this stage?
I think there's two things, Kevin. First, we're trying to build our habits the right way, everything. From the way we practice, to the way we prepare for games, to the way we warm up, all of it. And then second of all, we're trying to figure out our rotation. Who's going to start, who's going to come off the bench, which groups work well together. It's an ongoing process.
A lot of moving parts, you're right. And the starting group for the Spurs. Up in the front court, it'll be Vassell and Barnes. De'Aaron Fox out there with Castle. And it's Wembanyama in at the center position.
Not necessarily a staple of Butler's game, but they're reminding the defense he can drain it from deep.
Now, here's Fox. Wembanyama sets a screen for Fox. From deep, Wembanyama gets the bucket.
And I like when Wembanyama is aggressive on offense because defenses feel helpless to stop him.
And really, Stan, Victor Wembanyama has a chance to be one of those paradigm-shifting players. Don't you agree?
Oh, no doubt, Kevin. First of all, there are not going to be very many 7'4" guys come along. And then come with the skills that he has on a court, the length, his mobility, how fluid he is. It's unprecedented.
Castle's so good up and down the lane.
Here's Golden State now. The last time these two clubs came together was also in this building, with an unfortunate ending for the home team.
Yeah, you hate losing a game that you control for 3 quarters, but that fourth was just really an abomination in terms of how they played, and unfortunately, they took an L.
Now Fox, after the missed 3 from Stephen Curry. Barnes sets a screen for Fox. Shot clock at 6. Off target from outside. Golden State's drawn 1 or 2 from long range in the first quarter. Curry deciding where to go with it. Payton in the corner. Fires for 3. Again, Curry missing.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Nice speed. You can see how Curry makes their offense flow, even when he's not scoring.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. De'Aaron Fox stays in attack mode. He says people don't want to guard somebody that's going to attack them on every possession. Can't get that break. Can't take any plays off. His speed, Kevin, that is a lot to deal with all game long.
A ton, David, to deal with, no question. DA, thanks. And he goes in for the dunk.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
Here's Fox. The Warriors making the shot. Here's Wembanyama for three. Good on the triple. Wembanyama's got 6.
Sometimes you watch Wembanyama and think this guy is a cheat code, hitting threes at well over 7 feet tall.
Now here's Curry. Still scoreless. Pass to Butler. From the arc. Vassell grabs the board. Spurs leading by 3. Shoots the 3. Doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field. And here's Curry, who brings it up for the Golden State Warriors. Butler from outside. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama. San Antonio's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Barnes can't get it to go.
And that's one he wants back, just wide open, but not able to connect that time.
Payton kicks to Butler. Fires from deep. Knocks down the 3-ball. Butler's got his second basket of the game.
You gotta be impressed with Jimmy's play off pick and roll action. He's so skilled at creating his shot.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. It's Fox with the drive. Up top, Vassell. Wembanyama, a screen on Butler. Another shot. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, the defender all over.
San Antonio shooting their first free throws of the game. Vassell hits them both. 7 seconds left to play here in the first. 3-pointer, Butler. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for it. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Spurs lead. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And taking a look at San Antonio's performance here. What do you think they've been doing or not doing?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
KYP, know your personnel. So far, good attention to the scouting report.
You've got Draymond Green. Gary Payton II is out there with Stephen Curry. Then it's Butler. And it's Post in at the pivot, manning the middle. That's the group for the Golden State Warriors to start the second quarter. Now, here's Fox. Here's Castle. And a miss there on the triple.
And to me, Draymond Green really embodies the idea of a high IQ player. He can read the opposition, predict where a play is going, and those instincts aren't something that can be easily taught to anyone.
And Post gets it to go.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
Fox against Curry. There's a screen. Curry against Fox. Pass to Castle. 4 on the clock. Sweet move with the drive.
Now that's how you finish with authority. Show them how it's done, young fella. Stephon Castle is a problem.
Curry against Vassell. It's deflected. Fox feeling it out a bit. And it's Fox with the jam.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Curry on the drive. Rebound, San Antonio.
Well, that's why he's out there using his size in the paint.
And it's Fox with the jam.
And one of the quickest players in basketball. Love watching Fox use that momentum to his advantage on the drive.
Outside Curry. Green with a screen for Curry. Curry gets it to go inside.
He has perfected his ability in the pick and roll. Curry going to work.
Curry against Fox. Lays it up and banks it in. Fox has got the lead up to 6 now for the Spurs.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
Curry against Vassell. Curry, that's good. Curry's got 4 points this quarter. Hey, Stan, we've heard talk about players not heaving up a shot at the buzzer to protect their shooting percentage. Have you run into that at all?
Oh, Kevin, that definitely happens. Players are concerned about all of those numbers, shooting percentages being one of them, because they become a factor in contract negotiations. But they have to realize, number one, you've got to do what gives your team a chance to win. And number two, with all the analytics, teams separate out what they call heaves at the end of quarters.
Fires the 3. Steph, perfection from the arc.
Well, after a silent first quarter, this is who they needed him to be. This is why you never count a guy out.
Barnes, screen on Peyton. Here's Castle. And Curry pulls it down. Looking at the last game for San Antonio, it was a win against the Raptors. Takes it inside, and it's denied by Fox. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Fox. Here's Curry. 7 points in the game. Peyton outside. Just 5 on the clock. Butler up top, covered by Vassell.
That's a great contest by Vassell. He's got the tools to be a very good defender.
A pass to Fox. Back to Vassell. 36 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. And it's good, 2 points. And the Spurs lead by 5.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And good that time. Curry's got 9.
Well, he's been very efficient in this quarter. Keep getting him the ball.
Barnes the screen. 3-pointer, Fox scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
And at the arc, Fox has only gotten bolder. He takes threes without even thinking about it.
Curry outside. San Antonio with the rebound. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Both teams deciding to change it up. Paul looking around. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's San Antonio bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Thanks so much, David. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
The Miami Heat will go up against the Hawks out in Atlanta. Tip-off will be 7 o'clock Eastern.
Gentlemen, I can't wait for that.
Shifting gears back to that first half, De'Aaron Fox had it all working.
They say speed kills. I mean...
And that is a wrap. Now let's...
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. It's been one outstanding game from De'Aaron Fox.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
Yeah, he hasn't been settling. He's getting to the rim, and that's him at his best.
Here's who Greg Popovich is starting in the second half. We've got Jeremy Sohan. He's out there with Keldon Johnson. And it's Paul in at the 1. Spurs leading by 7. Down low, Sohan. And the dunk by Sohan.
Jeremy Sohan, an emphatic 2 points.
Warriors shooting 43% from the field. You know, Greg, with the combination of Wembanyama and Coach Greg Popovich, the Spurs should be a great defensive team.
Yeah, it's hard with a young roster because all 5 guys have to work in unison, and often someone's going to make a mistake.
And Brandon Podziemski gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Golden State on D. They trail by 9 points. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Hey, Kevin. Greg Popovich is guiding a young Spurs team that's hoping to return this franchise to the dominance. We saw 5 titles since 1999. Pop said the standards haven't changed. Be very direct, demand, be fair, and love them. They got to know you care about them. So it's all the same formula from 25 years ago to today. Kevin?
It's an interesting story, David. Thank you. And, of course, as a Hall of Famer, you bringing that to us? Perfect. Paul outside. Loud up there for Johnson. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And Johnson is an impressive athlete. One who doesn't lack confidence either.
Here's Podziemski, defended by Paul. Moody with it. No scoring in this one. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Kuminga. It's up a 3. Rebound by Sohan.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Paul for 3. Bangs home the trifecta. And now it's a 12-point Spurs lead.
And look at Paul's focus. He is completely locked in on his shot.
Such an interesting player, isn't he, Coach? Jeremy Sohan. He played a lot of point guard during his second season.
Yeah, Kevin, the Spurs experimented with Sohan at the 1. It was a bit unconventional. They went away from it later in the year. But that experience as a point guard will continue to help his playmaking ability as his career progresses.
He takes it in, and the layup is good. Paul's got the lead up to 14 now for the Spurs.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Looking to end the run. Podziemski's shot is good.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
Paul outside. To the middle. Here's Bassett, and he bangs it home with one hand.
And throughout his career, Paul has tortured defenses in the pick and roll. Excellent at slicing passes around guys.
Podziemski finds Jackson Davis. Good on the bucket.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Paul outside. They set the pick to the inside. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
The assist.
Bassey's got his second bucket.
And it's extremely difficult trying to guard Paul in the screen and roll. Fantastic at making the right decision. A lethal passer.
Here's Podziemski, defended by Paul. And Paul pulls it down.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
There's 25 seconds left in the third quarter. Back to Sohan. And the dunk by Sohan.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
Yeah, they've looked really in sync after the break. Getting the shots they want and converting.
And Paul gets it to go in. Paul's got 7 points for the quarter.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to... Now let's listen in to head coach Steve Kerr.
Ball's got to move, all right? So just start...
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. We've got Stephen Curry, Butler out there with Green. Then there's Gary Payton the second. And it's Post in at the center, filling out the middle. That's the Warriors 5. Warriors trail by 16. Right side Curry, out to Payton. Stand of all the different styles of offense in this NBA, one style is the toughest to defend, toughest to stop.
Kevin, I don't think there's really any difference in terms of styles or systems in terms of what's tough to stop. It's players, and it's how well a system maximizes their best players. That's what makes teams tough to stop.
San Antonio leading by 14. It's stolen by Green. San Antonio with the rebound. Castle's got 6 rebounds now in the game. A three from Wembanyama gets the three-pointer to fall. And the Spurs lead by 17.
Well, that's the area that could make Wembanyama virtually unstoppable.
Trying to break that ice-cold streak, and it's Curry laying it in.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Curry against Fox. Pass to Wembanyama. Shot on the wing. Good, and it's Fox who picks up the assist. And that's 11 points for Victor Wembanyama.
And Wembanyama's ability to pick and pop from anywhere on the floor puts defenders on their heels.
Butler against Vassell. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. When it comes to players who like having fun, great Jimmy Butler has to be way up there.
Kevin, did you see his media picture for the 23-24 season? He looked like he belonged in an emo band with that hairstyle. Jimmy is definitely one of those guys that likes to troll and have fun.
Wembanyama outside. A pass to Fox. Here's Castle. Barnes looking around. Clock at 6. Spurs passing it around. Castle misses. Warriors trail by 15. Butler passes to Green. Back to Butler. Fires away from way outside. A shot that time, not on target. San Antonio's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Here's Wembanyama. Draymond Green pulls it in. Green's got 4 rebounds in this game. Vassell against Curry. Shot from the top of the key. And he sinks that one in the back of the rim on the way in. Curry's got 4 points in the quarter. And here's Wembanyama. He'll bring it up for the Spurs. Vassell wide open. Kept alive. Pass to Castle. Barnes against Green. Wembanyama sets a screen for Barnes. Launches it. The Warriors pull it in. 1:31 left in the fourth quarter. Outside Butler. Green with a screen for Butler. Off target with his 3.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
Curry can't get it to go. Spurs leading by 13.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Spurs.
Two great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And not just a win tonight, guys, but a win on the season series as well, as they finish with 3 out of 4 games against this opponent.
And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for Victor Wembanyama.
He has really stood out tonight with his work on the glass. You can see the extra effort coming through.
Curry against Fox. To the paint. Nice catch and finish on the alley-oop. And the Spurs lead by 16.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
Pass to post. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. This crowd was stunned, but all right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So for Stan Van
A quick peek into the locker room as the players get set for the game. Hi, and thanks for joining us on. Hey Sports, NBA action. It's coming up. Hi folks, Brian Anderson here. All right, a chance now to take a look at the steals over the last few months for Jamal Murray.
I get the feeling he hasn't been paying as much attention defensively as he should be. His steal numbers have dipped in the past few months. He needs to get back some of that intensity on defense.
A look at the starting group here for Denver. Pairing up in the backcourt, Murray and Brown. Hayden Watson is out there with Nikola Jokic. And it's Porter in at the 3 slot. And for the Warriors, Green out there with Jimmy Butler. Then there's Gary Payton II. Then there's Stephen Curry. And it's Post in at the center position, locking down the middle. The kick out, Curry, 4 on the clock. From outside the arc, Nikola Jokic grabs the miss.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Brown's shot is good. We know NBA games aren't played on paper, but if they were, this game wouldn't be close, Brent.
You're right, BA, but we're not doing it. We're out here on the court, and we want to see guys going at it. Tonight, given where these teams are, can the underdog step up, rise up, and get an unexpected win? We're going to find out.
He drops it from range.
We see Draymond Green take a lot of threes. He doesn't make a lot of threes, but we see him take them. That time, knocks down the J.
Murray drives in, and it's Murray finishing it off.
Now that's how you capitalize on a screen.
Yeah, good positioning, too. Gave him a clear path to the hoop.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Green, the pass to Butler. Green with a screen on Porter. Here's Butler. Good D by Murray. The Nuggets have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Pass to Brown. Back to Murray. Three-pointer. Sinks it from distance. Murray's got 5 points.
Murray could score without dominating the ball, and that time off the catch and shoot.
And Grant, despite the Warriors' success over the last decade, it hasn't always been this way for this franchise.
Yeah, they didn't have many winning seasons before they got Steph, Clay, and Dre. And you know, BA, from 1978 to 2012, they made the playoffs just 6 times.
The shot by Butler, no good. Denver's gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Here's Brown. And the Nuggets hit again from deep.
Shooting 4 of 5 to start the game. That's got to be a feel-good.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Head coach Steve Kerr and I got a chance to talk for a bit. He said Nikola Jokic is so intelligent. He said they know the offense is going to run through him. So all we can do is mix up our looks defensively. And then at the other end of the floor, make him work on defense. Try to wear him out a little bit. Guys?
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie.
Got so many tools, and then you forget how good Murray is athletically. Gets up that time.
The shot tipped. Back come the Nuggets on the run. Here's Brown. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
I really don't think there's any way to slow them down. They have the defense scrambling out there.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactics.
Back to Curry. And stolen by Murray. And pushing it up is Denver. The Nuggets again in transition. Brown. It's good on the putback.
Ooh, he's piping hot. 4 for 4 from the field. No one can guard him out there.
And Jamal Murray picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
A minute 15 left to play in the first quarter. Butler. Outside for Green. Pass to Butler. Shot clock at 6. Fires for 3.
Nothing's come easy for them inside here in quarter one.
And again, it's the Warriors missing. Porter from outside. The rebound by Payton.
Just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Knocked away. Right side, Butler. Here's Post, covered by Jokic. And Post gets it to go.
There's some easy offense there. Keep finding looks in that area, and their shooting percentages tonight are going to be off the charts.
Brown passes to Jokic. Here's Brown. Back to Jokic. Here's Brown, outside for Porter. Payton finds Green. Off with the layup. Here's Brown. And again, another assist.
And he's nearing this franchise's single-season record for assists, piling them up all year long.
And he and his teammates have such chemistry at this point. There's that unspoken connection and understanding of how they want to play.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
And both free throws good for Green. Got it off in time. And so it's the Denver Nuggets. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of... Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And before we move on, what have you guys seen from Denver?
Well, so far, they've got things rolling along nicely at the offensive end.
I couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
On the floor for Denver, getting going in the second. Brown and Porter Jr. are the 2 and the 3. Nikola Jokic is out there with Peyton Watson. And it's Murray in at the 1. On the attack, Green. Oh, it's blocked! It deflects off the backboard. Watson with it. Green picks him up. Pass to Jokic. Back to Watson. Now Jokic. There's the triple. The rebound by Peyton. It's an even 3-on-3 break. And it's Green missing.
Despite the miss, those are the kind of looks coaches hope to create.
And let's talk about Draymond Green for a moment. Certainly one of the most outspoken players in the league, Brent.
Well, Draymond has never held back, whether he's talking about his opinion or the way that he sees the game, which is remarkable and a revelation to his intelligence as a defender on the floor. Draymond Green has been special on the defensive end throughout his career.
Oh, there's Jokic with the touch. Nice.
That'll be so fun to play with a player like Jokic. You never know what he's going to do next, but it's usually pretty good.
Curry passes to Green. The teardrop, and it's Curry laying it in. Curry's gotten 4 this quarter.
Always fun to look at. Not tremendously efficient, but the floater, boy, those sure are pretty.
Murray's shot is good.
Very consistent tonight at the offensive end. Right there, he helps fuel the fire.
To the cup, Curry. Great D that time from Jokic. Denver leading by 12. Payton with a steal. Pass to Curry. Outside, Green. The kick out, Curry. And here's Payton. And there's a 3-second violation. And now a look at last season's most proficient free throw shooters. Stephen Curry is second.
Very steady at the line. He's the guy who isn't rattled easily, and that shows in his free throw shooting numbers.
Here's Brown, guarded by Payton. Fires the 3. The shot by Brown, no good. Warriors trail by 12. Curry passes to Payton. Well, Brent, league-wide, more and more points being scored. You see that tapering off at any point?
BA, with all the rule changes and what we're seeing in terms of the skill set of players growing, I mean, the scoring is just going to keep going. How far can we go? I don't know. I feel like we're topping off a little bit. The only way we're going to score more points in the game is add more time to the clock.
Murray against Curry. Jokic with a screen on Curry. And it's Murray finishing it off.
And Murray shooting with this kind of efficiency. Look how fired up the bench is.
Murray against Curry. Outside Payton. 1:46 left in the first half of this game. Outside Porter. Fires from deep. The Warriors pull it in. Drive by Curry. Oh, Curry, a magician inside.
That's more like it, rounding into form after a very, very difficult first quarter.
And Jamal Murray picks up the foul. That'll be a second foul of the game.
This is one where the second foul is probably going to cost you some minutes in this game.
And it's the Warriors with the ball. A 12-point game. Curry looking it over from behind the arc. That one's off. He's 4 for 9.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Here's Brown. 11 points in the game.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
Payton's shot is good. 52 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Pass to Brown. Now here's Watson. Here's Brown, guarded by Payton. Screen by Watson. Brown passes to Watson. Just 5 on the clock. The three is up. And the three-pointer goes. Watson's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. Outside Curry. Brown grabs the board.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Porter, the pass to Murray. That one drops, and it comes off an assist from Porter. Murray's got 10 points in the quarter.
Well, a polished score and good recognition as Jamal Murray understood the timing that he needed to catch and fire.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, B.A.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team. And again, Denver with a three. Jamal Murray, he's been the guy making things happen for the Denver Nuggets. He put Allie as always, thank you. We'll be right back to begin the third quarter right after this.
You know what I was just thinking about, fellas? The NBA has lots of bright lights, maybe too bright for some. And going back now to that first half, you could say things are going extremely well for the Denver Nuggets. And that is going to do.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Really an incredible game from Jamal Murray.
Yeah, he played such a smart first half, maximizing his opportunities offensively.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Kuminga is out there with Moses Moody. Then there's Brandon Podziemski. Then there's Gary Payton II. And it's Hield in at the 2. And that's the group for Steve Kerr as we begin the second half. And Brett, you've always seen the flashes, but now it seems the game is slowed down for Kuminga.
Well, B.A., a lot of fans clamoring for Kuminga to get minutes even earlier on, but the Warriors took a very slow approach to his development, and now you're starting to see some of that athleticism and strength and some of that patience paying off for Jonathan Kuminga.
Sharic's shot is off. Warriors trail by Outside Peyton. And if you're just joining us, we played just over a minute here in the third. Pulls up. Again, the Warriors score.
Well, that's a beautiful shooting stroke right there. Really a core essential of Buddy Hield's game.
Westbrook, the pass to Saric. The three. And again, Denver no good.
Not been an easy start. 3 straight misses here on these possessions.
Hield. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Well, nice to see Hield on the runway right there, taking flight.
Westbrook with it. Kuminga defends. Here's Strother. No points yet. Gordon with a screen on Hield. And he lobs it up top. It's picked off. Outside Peyton. Pass to Kuminga. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits.
Yeah, just the first miss of the half there. They have to be happy. 3 of 4 to start it off.
And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Jackson Davis is checked in for Peyton. Over to the left wing. And here's Saric for 3. Jackson Davis grabs the miss.
Might be time for the coaching staff to bust out a play for him to get going. 0 for 4 to start the half.
Well, we're into the third quarter. Just over 2.5 minutes played. And they're pushing it up. Gordon with it. Now Podziemski defending. Gordon, the pass to Jordan. Saric outside. Clock at 6. And they get it back. Gordon on the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Nuggets need to get one up. The Nuggets with another miss.
Give him a little credit. Take some guts to keep shooting if you're struggling this bad. It's getting a little bit ugly right now.
Here's Hield. And with that one, the deficit trimmed to single digits. Hield's got 6 points.
This is anyone's game now, and they have the momentum.
Yeah, this is not the team that we saw in the first quarter right now. Way more confident out there, and the cohesion of the team is impressive.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
Out to Hield. Takes a 3. The shot no good.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Saric outside. Gordon with it. Kuminga defends. Saric finds Westbrook. Back to Saric. He gets it in there. And the Nuggets lead by 13.
It's nice to see they're not settling for 3-pointers. These guys are putting in the work inside.
And Russell Westbrook gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Jackson Davis in the high post. Gordon's there.
Dynamic finish, then decides to hang out a little for good measure.
Yep, that's the exclamation point right there. And he gets it to go.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
Podziemski's shot is good.
You can see more and more of that first team mentality developing with Kuminga looking for the teammate's best shot.
Pass to Strother. 3-pointer. Jackson Davis grabs the miss. From deep. The shot by Podziemski, no good. Here's Westbrook. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's the Denver Nuggets. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dive. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. And Denver looking at who they've got to start the fourth. Pairing up in the backcourt, Murray and Brown. Hayden Watson is out there with Michael Porter. And it's Jokic in at the 5.
Butler attacking in close. Such a gifted scorer.
Outside Watson. Pass to Murray. Outside Watson. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Curry. Back to Butler. Outside, Green. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. Grant, when you look at Draymond Green's career, you think he's going to the Hall of Fame?
You know, B.A., I believe so. He's won multiple titles, and we know how impactful he has been as a defender and distributor especially. I think we'll see him in Springfield one day.
Murray passes to Watson. Picked by Murray. 6 to shoot. Pass to Brown. Lets it go from deep. It's rebounded by Golden State.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Second team foul.
Curry against Murray. Green, a screen. On the wing, Green. Pass to Butler. Back to Green. Clock at 6. And here's Butler, defended by Watson. Murray deciding where to go with it. Releases. Porter to pass to Murray. Screen by Watson. They kick it out to Murray. Here's Jokic. Back to Murray. Puts up a 3. Score that basket. His 8th out of 9 shots here today.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
Brown passes to Jokic. Shot from the wing. Pass to Watson. Outside for Porter. And here's Murray. Left side Watson. There's the 3. The rebound by Post. Warriors trail by 10. Green in the post. Defended by Murray. Jimmy Butler, so smooth inside.
I like Butler down low, fighting for points.
Here's Porter. Oh, it's blocked by Green. For 3. A nice shot by Watson. And the Nuggets lead by 11.
And let's face it, when you're down this many points, you simply can't let them get that good of a look.
Teachable moment there. Lapses like this are backbreakers.
Curry gets the bucket.
Not just from deep. Steph Curry, one of the best guard finishers around the rim.
Left side Watson. Lots of room. The rebound by Post.
That's gotta frustrate him. He knows he should have made that one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and you for sure you'll want him taking that kind of shot.
Oh, Curry just weaving his way through traffic. Still knocks it in.
And that's Curry showing some of that toughness. Not going to shy away from contact.
Brown passes to Watson. Here's Brown, guarded by Payton. Takes it inside. The rebound by Payton. Payton's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Pass to Post. Back to Green. Here's Post. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. It's going to be on Jamal Murray. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Denver.
Well, they have owned the offensive perimeter throughout this game, finding lots of openings and turning them into big shots.
And the other thing about their game tonight that they've done a terrific job of is just moving the basketball around. That's how you rack up assists. You know, the team's struggling to come back. He really wanted all of those free throws.
First personal foul.
He gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point ball game. The Warriors have gotten 4 of 5 attempts to fall so far in the fourth. Green with a screen on Murray. Curry drives in, and he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. It's going to be on Jamal Murray.
The aggressiveness on the drive there from Steph. He earns the foul thanks to how he sucks the defense in, out of position, and now to the free throw line.
Porter with it, now guarded by Curry. Brown passes to Watson. On the wing, Murray takes the three, and they'll get another chance. Oh, they get a hand on it. It's stolen by Green. Money. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Golden State foul. Draymond Green. First personal foul.
Good on the first, and that increases the lead to 6.
At the line for the Nuggets.
And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 7-point game.
That's how you protect a lead. Build it out with clutch free throws.
Curry from deep three-point land. Oh, he drained it from downtown.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
There you go. He's a monster at the rim.
So athletic. Obviously, he plays on the attack. And so it's Denver with the W. Just a gutsy performance on the road.
It really was. When this one was up in the air late, they showed how tough-minded they are as a team.
Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie.
Nicola, congratulations on the win. What does a win like this say about your team?
Allie, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Allie LaForce.
It's Friday night and live on 2K. Chance now to take a look at some of the steal numbers over the scope of the last few months for Jamal Murray.
TJ. And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for Aaron Gordon.
He's been on a tear offensively these past few months, and you know how much they love the extra points he provides. He's been shouldering a bigger load recently, and I think he's just getting started.
A look at the starting group here for Denver. Pairing up in the backcourt, Murray and Brown. Hayden Watson is out there with Michael Porter, and it's Jokic in at the 5 down low. And for San Antonio, at forward, we'll see Vassell slot in next to Barnes. Castle is out there with De'Aaron Fox, and it's Wembanyama in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Vassell. Outside Barnes. Off target from three-point range. And so Murray will bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. Since drafting Wembanyama, the Spurs have looked like a team that gets better every game, RJ.
And they're still so young. They're learning the intricacies of the game and how to play with each other. But you can tell things are coming together and the future looks bright.
They get it back. Here's Fox. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
The sweat that Fox puts in to try and do it all. His energy really sets the bar for his team.
Vassell against Murray. Yep, that one's good.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Now here's Vassell. Off target from outside.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
Watson passes to Jokic. Back to Watson. Shot clock at 6. Out to the right wing. Oh, Fox with a steal. Here's Castle. That's in. Coming off an assist from Barnes.
Yeah, this is where Castle likes to find his points. Closer in to the hoop.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Greg Popovich had a few moments to share with me. I asked Coach what the plan is for slowing down Jamal Murray. They said, honestly, it comes down to team defense. you need to be aware of where Jamal is at all times. He can light you up, but Murray also can dish it, so we have to be smart guarding him. Always a difficult task defending the talented Canadian Jamal Murray. Guys?
Okay, thank you, Alec. Wembanyama with a bucket.
And we are used to seeing bigs these days hit threes, but the skill of Wembanyama from deep is impressive.
Now here's Murray. Jokic passes to Brown. Porter with a screen on Fox. It's stolen by Wembanyama. Oh, deflected. Stolen by Jokic. Porter looks it over. San Antonio with a rebound.
I think at the last second he decided to get slick. I don't think he'll make that mistake again.
Wembanyama with it. Guarded now by Watson. The three from Barnes. Porter pulls it in. Nuggets trail by 3. Pass to Jokic. Outside Watson. And there's the drive. Oh, a beautiful reverse layup. What's not to love about opening day, Grant? Every team with an equal chance to do something special.
Oh, B.A., that's the way these teams look at it. Regardless how your previous season went, you have a chance to do something special, something great. Time to start fresh and build on that optimism.
So it's Denver now. After the basket by San Antonio. Plenty of daylight on that shot.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Vassell against Porter. Outside Wembanyama. Beyond the arc. And can't get it to go. Now 1 of 2.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Porter, the pass to Murray. It's stolen by Fox. Oh, and a fast break for the Spurs. There's the steal. 36 seconds left in the first. Watson passes to Brown. And he misses the go-ahead basket. And so it's Wembanyama with it. He brings it up for the Spurs. And Jamal Murray picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
20 seconds left now in the first quarter. San Antonio again can't hit. Watson with it, working on Barnes. Back to Watson. Pass to Porter. Launches it. Tie game in San Antonio. And we'll bring you the start of quarter number 2 when we... And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. All right, guys, before we move on, what do you think about the Spurs at this point?
Well, it's pretty obvious. I mean, cashing in on extra opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
When you're the more aggressive club, good things tend to happen. We'll see if they can maintain this level of intensity.
On the court for the Nuggets, Brown and Porter Jr. are the 2 and the 3. Nikola Jokic is out there with Peyton Watson. And it's Murray in at the point. Pure from 3-point range.
You have to watch Murray closely at the perimeter. He won't hesitate to flex his range.
Nuggets foul. Wrong. First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Castle, defended by Murray. Fox on the run.
And this is so encouraging. When Jokic hustles on the defensive end, it's a big help to his teammates.
Denver leading by 3. Murray for 3. Victor Wembanyama grabs the board. Wembanyama's got his 5th rebound in this one. So, Richard, it might be a long time before we see a... And they're not happy with the call here. Coach has given the signal. He's going to use his challenge. Probably a good idea in such a close contest.
Still disputed, even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Devin Vassell. That's his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Murray passes to Watson. Back to Murray. Outside Watson. Nice move. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line from there.
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Here's Fox. Always attacking Fox.
All game long, he's been getting to his spots, and the defense has yet to adjust.
Murray against Vassell. Murray passes to Brown. They kick it out to Murray. Just 4 to shoot. And he converts the layup. Murray's got 5 points in the quarter.
Yeah, nice play by Murray. A big guard who is unafraid to mix it up inside.
Fox against Murray. And it's Fox missing. Denver has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. With the drive, Brown's shot is good.
He just makes it look so easy on offense. Like, who takes pleasure in torturing defenses? He does.
Vassell outside. Fox with a screen on Porter. Back to Fox. Pass to Vassell. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Vassell's gotten his first bucket of the night.
The more Vassell scores inside, the more it frees up his mid-range game. That is essential to his success.
Murray passes to Watson. 1:52 left in the half. Over to the wing. Right side Porter. And the Nuggets getting another bucket to fall.
The assist, Watson.
Spurs trail by 3. Fox outside. Back to Wembanyama. Let's go with a 3. The basket's good. Off the assist from Fox. Wembanyama's got 6.
Scouts love this from Wembanyama. A big who can hit smooth three-point shots.
Murray, no good.
He's as surprised as we are. Most nights, that bucket is automatic.
Pass to Vassell. Now here's Wembanyama. Covered by Jokic. Back to Vassell. Inside. Just 5 to shoot. Castle. Got it. 2 for 5 now.
They've really gotten away from the three-point shot as they pulled out in front.
Murray scanning the floor. Drills it from deep. He's got 12.
I call Jamal Murray a scoring guard. He's on this team to provide points, and he's certainly doing that tonight.
Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. And here comes the coach's challenge. He disagrees with the foul. He does not hesitate to ask for a second look. It's a pretty heated game. Every call matters.
So many close calls in every game. The NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
Watson passes to Brown. From the arc. Rebound San Antonio. Wembanyama's got rebound number 8 here already in the game. Pass to Castle. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Porter.
He had the right idea, just couldn't come up with the swipe.
And deflections, they're a stat that all teams track. They show who is the most active defensively.
And he jams it home with authority.
And put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, when the game is up for grabs like this one has been, it's all about the attention to detail.
And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. San Antonio on top, leading by 1. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break.
Halftime is here, and with us.
The energy in their hometown is electric, man. You can tell these players are loving the positive attitudes.
And now we get to check out. And that is going to do it.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. One guy who's been getting it done is Jamal Murray.
Yeah, tonight, he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing.
And you love that mindset he has going at the rim. He hasn't settled for anything, and he's been the aggressor all game long.
Johnson is out there with Jeremy Sohan. Then there's Chris Paul, and it's Bassi in at center, locking down the middle. That's the San Antonio 5. Now here's Johnson. 17-foot shot on the way. Pulled the shot a little left. The bounce goes his way, though. And the Spurs lead by 3. Richard, you evolved as a shooter over the course of your career. Talk about developing shooting in the NBA game.
Well, it dictates what kind of offense you can run. You don't need a bunch of good shooters, but if you've only got 1 or 2, your interior play better be strong.
Now a timeout called by Denver. Saric checks in for the Nuggets. All right, let's take a quick pause and look at the best shooting teams from last season. The Nuggets, 4th.
They were so consistent with their shooting. Maybe not lights out, but they played smart and didn't let good looks go to waste.
Here's Westbrook. Sinks that one from the post.
He's got moves in close. There's a reason Westbrook likes to get in there.
Outside Paul. Johnson a screen on Westbrook. Johnson on the wing. To the paint. Spurs need to get one up here. They get it back. Second chance effort. Here's Champagnie. Still no points. Here's Paul. Again, the Spurs score.
What confidence from the accomplished veteran. Paul doesn't need much space to shoot from the mid-range.
And it's Westbrook off the drive, and the bucket is good. Westbrook's got his second bucket on the night.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, taking it right to the rim. One imagines that might be discussed at halftime. That's going to be on the film.
Here's Champagnie. Pass to Bassi. Left side Johnson. Another shot. And there are the Spurs with another bucket.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
Here's Gordon. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's going to go on Jeremy Sohan.
Hey, when Gordon is playing with confidence, Aaron is a handful for defenders.
Both free throws good from Gordon. For San Antonio, they've gone 3 of 5 from the field in this third quarter. There's a screen. Paul passes to Bassi. The shot, no good. Some solid defense from Jordan. For the lead. And Saric with the lay-in. Saric has got his first points of the night.
And once Gordon spots an open guy, he immediately moves the ball. Just well-coached offense right there.
Pass to Jordan. Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game. Not a smart pass, and he knows it. Got to disguise your intentions better than that.
From deep. Here's a three from Paul. Fires in the triple. Paul's got 5 points now in the quarter.
But they're playing a lot more aggressively on the offensive boards in the second half, racking up a ton of second chance points.
And Westbrook slams it home.
Above the rim, Westbrook making his presence felt.
The Spurs have gone 4 of 8 in the third. Westbrook against Paul. Shoots over Westbrook. Paul can't get it to go.
Oh, I can see some miscommunication on defense there very clearly. They were super fortunate it didn't torch them with that mistake.
Šarić finds Westbrook. To the middle. And now we've got an intentional foul.
Keldon Johnson. Second personal foul. Third team foul.
1:16 left in the third quarter. Gordon with a screen on Johnson. And he lobs it up to the rim. Paul with a steal.
Oh, that's some pesky defense. Should have thought twice before attempting that pass.
And Russell Westbrook pulls it down. And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. Pass to Strother. Hangs. It's tipped.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
Here's a three from Paul. Doesn't go that time. Well, the Nuggets shooting efficiently, 50% so far. Jordan, the screen. Here's Šarić. Passing, pulls it in. San Antonio's gone only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. And Russell Westbrook gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
15 seconds left in the third quarter. And here's Fox. 9 points in the game. Lets the three fly. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
And their offensive rebounding is such a strength for them when he's on the floor.
Yeah, he really helps them extend possessions, doesn't he?
Yeah, you can feel Coach smiling on the sidelines with every offensive board.
We're at the end of the... Greg Popovich addressing his team. Let's hear...
Nobody holds the ball. Not even...
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. On the court right now for the Nuggets. Pairing up in the backcourt, Murray and Brown. Michael Porter out there with Peyton Watson. And it's Jokic in at the center position.
That was a good possession. They got a clean look. The shot just didn't fall.
Yet another assist.
And he's nearing this franchise.
And in a game this close, they're going to challenge the call. Coach does not agree with it, and he wants them to take another look at the monitor.
At the line for the Nuggets, Watson. At the line for 1. The play is under video review under NBA rules.
Many of these personal foul calls still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look. So the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Greg Popovich's huddle. He cautioned his guys against forcing things at the arc, saying we can't make a rhythm happen. So don't force it. Take what is coming to you out there. Coach hoping for a renewed offensive focus going forward, guys.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Here's Castle. Wembanyama up top. Here's the three. The putback. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Spurs lead by 1.
What good is it to get stops if you can't keep them off the boards?
Murray passes to Porter. On target from range.
Yeah, guard-like skills in a forward's body. Porter Jr. with the quick release.
Fox finds Barnes. To the left wing. Vassell with it. 6 on the shot clock. Good, and the assist to Wembanyama.
Vassell has no conscience behind the arc. He will not hesitate to get it up.
Here's Murray. And there's the whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
There's no debate there. He got hammered.
First free throw is good.
Second team foul. Shooting for Denver.
And he can't hit the second.
Could have taken the lead there, but instead, they're going to have to settle for the tie.
Pass to Wembanyama. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Rebound by the Nuggets.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
Porter, the pass to Murray. Back to Porter. Outside Murray. The Nuggets need to get one up. And again, it's Denver missing. The Spurs have gone 2 of 5 from the field in this final quarter. Pass to Castle. Kicks it out to Barnes. And it's off from three-point range. Denver has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Here's Brown. They kick it out to Murray. Off target with the 3.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
What energy from Fox when they're up against it, proving he's ready to be that guy.
All right, a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Spurs.
These guys have been hitting the offensive boards hard throughout this whole game. Great job converting the extra opportunity.
And we also got to talk about the number of points they've scored in transition. Just jumping all over the opposition in this regard.
Jumps up. Wow, Wembanyama running the floor.
No fear in this young man. We're already getting a sense of Wembanyama's killer instinct.
Pass to Brown. Outside Watson. There's the triple. Victor Wembanyama grabs the board. Wembanyama's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Vassell finds Wembanyama. Fox outside. Back to Wembanyama. All alone. And all around the rim that time before dropping. And it's a 7-point Spurs lead.
When Wembanyama goes up, he can be so quick. I mean, the rookie looking very assertive.
Brown's shot is good.
Cool, calm, and collected at a critical juncture in this game.
And we've got 1:18 left in the fourth. Here's Fox. Oh, Fox gets up and throws it down.
And this is the trust that Fox's teammates have in him. What a shot right there.
Murray passes to Brown. Fires for 3. Cash. What a beautiful shot. Brings it within 3.
And this is why they go to Murray in critical spots of the game. He just knows how to come through. Ooh.
Fox outside. Pass to Castle. Rebounded by Denver. Now Jokic. Porter from outside. And he sinks it. Oh, a tremendous 3. We're tied.
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
He knew what they needed here and was determined to deliver.
Back to Wembanyama. Pass to Fox.
Yeah, timely swat attempt by Jokic. Nothing you can do about that as the shooter.
Outside Watson. Here's Brown. Back to Watson. To take the lead. Regulation is ended, and we are headed to overtime. Don't go away. We'll be back. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this game. At forward, we'll see Vassell slot in next to Barnes. De'Aaron Fox is out there with Castle, and it's Wembanyama in at the 5. Here's Castle, and the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen.
And that's only his first turnover of the game. And considering how far we are into the game, you can live with that.
Denver has gone 7 for 17 from three-point range so far in this matchup. Outside Murray, driving to the basket. Nice D from Vassell. Well, the Spurs shooting at about 44% so far. Fox splashing it home from deep.
With the way he can stop and start, it's impossible to take that pull-up away from Fox.
Here's the pick. Pass to Brown. Back to Murray. It's hauled in by Wembanyama. Wembanyama's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Here's Castle. And it's Denver with a rebound. Porter's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Murray from outside. Murray can't get that one to fall. And the call will be against Nikola Jokic. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Spurs lead by 3. Fox feeling it out a bit. Pass to Barnes. Yes! And a nice assist from Fox.
He's a dangerous shooter from deep. Barnes can hit some big shots out there.
Murray passes to Brown. Murray, a screen on Fox. Brown. Yep, right through the net.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
Vassell outside. Fox with a screen on Porter. Vassell passes to Fox. Back to Vassell. Clock at 6. Wembanyama screen. Vassell finds Wembanyama. Over Jokic. Brown grabs the board. Nuggets trail by 4. Right side Watson. Pass to Brown. Murray with it. Here's Brown. Here he goes. Shoots over Vassell. And it's going to be a 24-second violation. They turn it over. This is their chance to stretch the lead, Graham.
Yeah, it's a must. They have to execute and avoid the big mistake.
Fox outside. Oh, what touch, De'Aaron Fox.
A monster night for Fox. You can call him a point guard. I call him a scoring guard because that's what De'Aaron brings.
He's been tremendous at corralling misses all night long.
It's because he's reading where the shots are going and getting to the right position. Just outworking everyone early on the glass.
Now here's Barnes. So we see the Spurs get the win here. It was touch and go there for a while, but in overtime, they caught a second win.
They really did, and it was wild. Everything it took
Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA company. Here we are, Greg, looking at early. Turns from these teams, it's pretty revealing.
Yeah, the first few games of the season quickly tell you what you're good at, and they tell you also what you need to work on.
And now the Golden State Warriors starters. They've got Jimmy Butler. Stephen Curry's out there with Gary Payton II. Then there's Moses Moody. And it's Post in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And at the arc, Fox has only gotten bolder. He takes threes without even thinking about it.
Curry against Vassell. A floater. And Barnes sends it back. 6 to shoot. Back to Moody. Puts up a deep three. It's rebounded by De'Aaron Fox. On offense, here are the Spurs. It's a three-point game. They beat the Warriors during their last encounter in the Bay Area.
And they scratched out a close win the last time these two teams met. I think their ability to attack and create foul trouble for the opposition was a real factor.
Yeah, at the end of the day, a win is a win. But you know they want to play a lot better this time around.
And it's the Warriors with the ball. After the basket by San Antonio.
And guys, he saw his chance to earn a little camera time there and took it.
Rocking the rim with some major force.
I mean, the defense basically gave that one to him.
For the Warriors, they won their last contest, that game against the Grizzlies. Curry looking it over. He can't hit that time. The Spurs have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. A three from Wembanyama. The Warriors pull it in. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Dan, you know, you think about Jimmy Butler, and you and I are fans of his game. Talk about a guy who calls it like he sees it, though. My goodness.
Yeah, that's an understatement. Look, Jimmy's never going to hold back. He'll call out his teammates. He'll call out opponents. He'll call out the referees. This guy acts with no fear.
Just don't call out the broadcasters, right? You want to stay out of his range.
And he would have no reason to.
Exactly.
Now that's how you finish with authority. Show him how it's done, young fella. Stephon Castle is a problem.
Outside Curry. From past the arc. Rebounded by Victor Wembanyama. Fox against Curry. There's the screen. Pass to Castle. Good, and it's Fox who picks up the assist. Castle's got 7 points.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Curry is inside. Covered by Vassell. And it's Vassell with the foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
There's 1:47 left to play in the first quarter. Vassell against Curry. Clock at 4. From downtown.
Yeah, but you have to like the mentality to get inside, even though they're struggling to finish.
Spurs working the ball around now. Fox feeling it out a bit. And it's Fox with the jam.
Boy, that was quick. Already out to a double-digit lead.
Yeah, incredible play on both ends of the floor. There may be too big of a gap here.
Now, here's Vassell. Still without a basket. And there's the foul. It'll go on Moses Moody. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
1:05 left to play in the first quarter. 20 feet out.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. They need this. Pass to post. And stolen by Wembanyama. Oh, and here comes Barnes all alone.
And it was Wembanyama who got it rolling after definitely getting a hold of the ball there.
Vassell against Curry. Up and in on the layup.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
Pass to Barnes. A 3 ball. The offensive rebound. Here's Vassell. Barnes screen on Butler. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the basket by Vassell.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you want to start a game, with a big offensive push.
Here's Castle. Here's Wembanyama. The shot, no good. And so it's the San Antonio Spurs enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. And it's been... And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Spurs?
Well, the way they've been attacking inside is phenomenal. Consistently getting high percentage looks, and that's what great offenses are all about.
And another thing Coach will be thrilled with, the assist numbers, spreading the wealth and creating some offensive opportunities.
So on the floor for Golden State to begin this second quarter. They've got Moody. Payton is out there with Steph and Curry. Then it's Butler. And it's post in at the 5. Wembanyama! Big man with big range.
And when Wembanyama is connecting from deep, he is downright unguardable. This is how special a talent he is.
Moody. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Harrison Barnes picks one up. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
A 78% foul shooter a season ago. Pretty steady when he's at the line.
Greg, you've been a part of some great contending teams over the years, but what's it like being on a team at the bottom of the standings with not a lot of hope for the regular season?
Well, Kevin, no one likes losing, but it can certainly take a toll. But it can also allow you to play more freely when you know you're bad and you're not having to deal with the pressure of expectation.
A 3 from Wembanyama. It's rebounded by Golden State. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thank you, Kevin. You ask Greg Popovich about Victor Wembanyama, and he says Victor's a different player. He's got talent, so you don't want to take that out of him. I tried to do that with Manu Ginobili, and I learned my lesson. Just shut up and let him play. Victor does some amazing things. His game is all-encompassing. Kevin?
That's a great way to put it, D.A. It is all-encompassing. Wembanyama is one of one. Hey, thank you for the report.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Pass to Vassell. Unloads. Here's Wembanyama. Banked in off the glass. Wembanyama's got the lead up to 13 now for San Antonio. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need the basket.
Here's Curry. Victor Wembanyama grabs the rebound. Wembanyama's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Coach, only 2 players have led the NBA in blocks as a rookie. Manu Ball and our favorite, Victor Wembanyama.
Well, Kevin, Wembanyama is already special defensively, not only as a shot blocker, but the amount of ground that he can cover to affect shots. And there are people around the league that believe that he can become the best defender of all time.
Wembanyama, a screen on Curry. Down low. And Wembanyama throws it down.
The perfect lob partner. Wembanyama with elite hand-eye coordination.
In the corner, Moody with it. Here's Butler over Wembanyama. Outside Curry. Pass to post. Three-pointer, Payton. It's good from long range. Payton's got 5 points so far.
And Curry isn't just a lights-out scorer. He's also efficient at moving the ball and getting it to his teammates.
Fox with the screen for Vassell. Now, here's Fox. And he converts the layup. 7 points for De'Aaron Fox.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Curry's shot is off. Spurs leading by 16. Outside, Fox. Here's the 3. They grab their own miss. Out to the wing. Goes back up. It's rebounded by Payton.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it.
Hands it from downtown.
Honestly, guys, Curry is the best three-point shooter I've ever seen.
Fox against Curry. And it's Fox with the jam.
Ooh. Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Vassell against Curry. And stolen by Wembanyama. Here's Vassell. That drops. Nice feed that time from Wembanyama.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Spurs lead by 17. A chance now to send it over to David Aldridge. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
Well, I think for the Warriors, like most teams right now, they're optimistic. We'll see how they handle the first couple of games.
Yeah, everyone starts. Now let's talk about that lopsided first half. Obviously, a lot of work to do for the Golden State Warriors. Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. It's been one outstanding game from De'Aaron Fox.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
Keldon Johnson is out there with Jeremy Sohan. Then it's Chris Paul. And it's Champagnie in at the shooting guard. So that's it. Greg Popovich starts the second half.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Here's Podziemski. No good on the three. Spurs leading by 19 points. Here's Bassett. And he's going to get whistled for that foul. Gee, that was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Pass to Johnson. Lets it go with the three. It's hauled in by Jackson Davis. Warriors trail by 19. And the Spurs winning the 2023 lottery stand, adding the terrific Victor Wembanyama. A franchise changer, it appears.
Yeah, Kevin, the hardest thing, and you need a lot of luck to do it, is to get that guy. The guy you can build everything around. There aren't enough of them to go around. Victor Wembanyama is a guy you can build a championship franchise around. Multi-skilled at his size. This guy's going to be a fixture in this league for a long time.
This league, Stan, is so deep with talent. Are there any players who you think get overlooked in the conversation?
That's a great question, Kevin. I mean, there are some guys who I think get underrated because they play with other guys who are so talented and draw the attention. One guy that I have really seen lately that I think has been better than people think is Grayson Allen. The best three-point shooter, or one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA, and a very underrated defender.
And he's evolving, isn't he? Looks like he's working on other parts of his game, but he's always been able to shoot, which has been his calling card.
And he's a much more athletic guy than people give him credit for.
Because you have to respect that outside shot. The drive is often there for Hill.
Paul outside. Inside. Here's Sohan. And the dunk by Sohan.
Yeah, his athleticism more than makes up for his lack of size. Allows him to compete even against bigger guys. He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
Here's Champagnie. Nothing on the board. That shot off. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Podziemski with it. He's picked up by Paul.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
It's tipped. Back to Podziemski. Off target from three-point range.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots. Better selection. Has to be set up for success.
Rocking that rim. Keldon Johnson, a big physical wing.
And he says, right back at you with a big dunk of his own. Spurs leading by 17. Paul outside. .112 left in the third quarter. The Warriors pull it in. Now Podziemski. Outside Kuminga. Oh, that's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession.
Golden State ball.
5 to shoot. Over to the left wing. Jackson Davis can't get it to go. San Antonio's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Here's Champagny, covered by Heel. Pulls up. And that one's good. Champagny. And the Spurs lead by 19.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
And never shying away from a three. Hield has supreme confidence in his shot.
That's a 2 from Paul. Misses the chippy right there.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits at a chance now to hear Greg Popovich talking to his team just moments ago.
Everybody got to rotate, rebound, and pace going.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And so Fox will bring it up for the Spurs. On the court for Golden State here in the fourth. They've got Gary Payton II. Butler out there with Moses Moody. And it's Curry. And it's Post in at the center position. Curry way outside. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Well, they have leaned on him offensively with good reason. Efficiency will help you win a lot of games.
Now here's Butler. He's tightly guarded. And the Warriors miss again.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Here's Castle, covered by Payton.
And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
Outside for Curry. And Greg, everyone loves talking trades. Future first-round picks have been moved quite a bit of late, and that's been kind of interesting.
And Kevin, a lot of teams that don't control any of their future first-round picks. With so much pressure to win now, GMs are willing to use draft assets.
The kick out to Barnes. And the 3 off target.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
Curry from deep three-point land. Another 3 for Golden State.
I mean, the range is just unreal. Curry can make even the toughest shots look easy.
Fox from outside. And another one in the scoring column for him. He's 7 of 10 from the field.
Mano y mano. This is where it can get a little personal.
Well, and as a fan of the game, you have to love these back and forth moments.
It's Curry outside. A rebound by the Spurs. Wembanyama has got 9 rebounds now tonight. Here's Castle. Barnes outside. Wembanyama sets a screen for Barnes. Latrey. Wembanyama, no good. Warriors trail by 21. Knocks it loose. And stolen by Wembanyama. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Right wing.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Here's Vassell. Lays it up off the glass. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Spurs.
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
Another place they've had the upper hand tonight is in transition. They've gotten a bunch of their points off the fast break.
Fox inside the line. And another basket for San Antonio.
Well, I think it's fair to say that Fox is in the zone right now. An exciting player to watch. I just love seeing how he can take over a game with his aggressiveness.
Spurs leading by 23.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for San Antonio.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And on the season, this is going to be their third win in 4 games against this team.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for De'Aaron Fox.
Well, bottom line, he was just unstoppable at times. Not much you can do when he's playing with that kind of confidence.
Vassell outside.
Warriors.
And it's Gary Payton II with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
Chris Paul's checked in for the Spurs.
Number 3, Chris Paul.
Wembanyama, a screen on Curry. Just 5 to shoot. Ball against Curry. Barnes left side, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wembanyama.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Curry on the wing. A good-looking shot from the wing. 12 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now here's Paul. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really